Welcome back, video creeps, or welcome back to me. You didn't go anywhere. I did. I've been slacking. The last 2 months, I think I've put out maybe like 2 videos, and then like one of them, I didn't even actually film. I just like stole it from Patreon. I lied. I masqueraded, and now I'm in this like weird thing where it's like time keeps on going, but I'm not making more stuff. There's a big reason for that. You know, obviously, I've been going through a lot of change. I look very different. I've cut my hair. Don't know if you noticed. I needed to change, man. And like fucking, there was a lot going on that like, you know, I love horror, obviously. Fucking, of course. You've had conversation. You know this about me. But outside of this like fucking this world that we live in, there's other bullshit that happens. And truth be told, 2022 was, I think, more taxing than I realized. I did my best to like just kind of stay on top of content and working with this channel and shit, but like, I don't know, man. Like, it just, those external things that live outside of Video Creep, I think it just started to wane on me. And you guys, the ones who like keep your fucking notification bell on, you guys who like Patreon and shit, like, you deserve to know why. So that's what I'm doing here today. Like, I'm just gonna learn about Michael. Like, just me, just the bullshit from this year or last year. I wanted to make this this is the problem. But before I get into all of the other stuff, I want to tell you about my hair and where that went, because I didn't just wake up and like it fucking fall off my head or some shit. Like it went somewhere. And you know, I filmed this little thing for you guys so that way I could share that little journey with you. So before we get into it and the future of this channel and what my head is doing to me and what I fucking plan to do, let's sit with future and past Michael to talk about wigs for kids. When children lose their hair, it's not as if they're just sporting a brand new look that they didn't choose. It straight up starts to begin to sabotage their self-esteem at an already hard time. That's why Jeffrey Paul founded Wigs for Kids in 1981. This incredible little nonprofit that's sole motivation is to help kids feel fucking saucy when they need it the most. Kids that are suffering from alopecia, trichotillomania, children who have suffered from burn injuries, kids going through chemotherapy, or any other medical cause of hair loss, which I think is crazy badass. When I became aware of Wigs for Kids, I immediately knew that when it was time for me to cut my hair, that was the number one thing that I wanted to do. And so I went over to the website, which you will find a link to in the description of this video, and I saw what the rules were, and I was lucky enough to have gone the right amount of time before being able to actually donate. And it's actually really simple to do. All you have to do is make sure that you have hair that is 12 inches or longer, have virgin hair, so if you know, out here looking cute with your little pink and green and blue, whatever hair, maybe not this round for you. Yeah, and you just want to have the purest, best hair for these kids. So if you fall into that category, I would suggest maybe donating your hair. And if you are going to donate your hair, why not to make a little kid feel dope? Seriously, if you are anything like me and sometimes you just need a fucking change, and you're going to chop off all your hair, don't leave it on the fucking salon floor. Like, just, if you got the 12 inches, man, give it to a kid, man. Fucking, it sucks to be a kid and not have hair. I remember one time I got a bowl cut as a kid because it was convenience and like lack of money. I saw myself in the mirror and I immediately cried. Just tears. I look so dumb. So let's not have the kids looking dumb out here. Like, let's just give them your hair, man. This last year, if I could whistle, I would whistle. I just, you know, because that was inappropriate. It would have been like, woo, you know, like that. That's what I would have done. But I'm not. I don't know how to whistle. I think you try your best to be the best person that you can be, and you don't afford that to everyone. Don't be a cuck with your energy. Don't just give it to everybody. But the people that I gave my energy to in the last year, not so much as they abused it, but I think I just didn't reserve enough for me. And I think this channel is a part of that. That was me. Like, I was making the channel something that was taking my energy and it was manifesting in like this negative way instead of like this positive way, in which case, like it always used to be like that with video. This was always a place that I could come to just kind of talk my bullshit and fucking just blah, why'd they do the movie this way, I would have done it that way, that kind of shit. But I think the responsibility of keeping up with that, like I just fucking flipped it over in my head to where it's this fucking like a necessity. Like if I don't do it, people are going to be mad at me. And that's not true. Literally in the entire time that I've done Video Creep, not once has anyone gotten on my balls about putting out a video late. It's me. I do that shit. I get fucking like down on myself in like this way, like where it's, if I'm not doing it, I'm not good. Like it's this weird fucking like math equation that makes sense only to me. And then that turns into like these other things. Like I've said it a couple times in this little community and shit. Like I have made some fucking really cool friends in this. Burton Locolette. I'm not even gonna start the list of people that I fucking fuck with really hard in this community. But that said, by and large, I feel very alone. There's this like pack mentality that I've noticed with the horror community, or the YouTube horror community specifically, where everyone's kind of collaborating, and maybe that's my fault too, man. It's not like people haven't reached out to do collaborations and shit. And like, yeah, I've done them for sure, but bitch, I ain't going hard like some of you motherfuckers. And again, it's another thing that's just I'm doing to myself that's making me feel like, oh, people don't like me, or people don't want to work with me, or people don't want to do this, while simultaneously people are reaching out and saying that they want to do things together. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that. It's like, it's the dumbest thing. It's just the way that my brain works though. I don't feel like I'm this unlikable dude, but at the same time, I totally fucking do. Like, I feel like I have made these connections, but they're fake, which, like, let's be honest here. Like, half the motherfuckers that you talk to and shit, that I'm specifically talking to just the other YouTubers and shit. It's a consistent conversation that, like, these are not your friends. And like I said, it's not like that all across the board. Like, I fucking landed in some cool pockets and met some really dope people that, like, I do consider friends. I do feel like I could reach out to and speak to. Drave the Dad is another one who I would consider to be one of my even best friends. But by and large, it just feels like not me. I've sat through so many fucking conversations with people where it's kind of like, I don't want to do this thing, but if I do this video with this person who I don't like, then I could like get more people to watch me and shit, which, like, yo, I fucking get it. This shit is hard. It's super fucking difficult to like film a thing and then edit a thing and then put it out, and then you sit on your fucking balls and like hope that people watch the thing. It is disgusting. At the end of the day, it's this instant gratification, right? Like, as soon as you fucking upload the video, there's this high that happens where it's like, oh, it's been 15 minutes and fucking 50 people have watched my video right away. Holy shit. Who's fucking hot shit now, right? Like, that's the fucking attitude. That's the thing that we're chasing. I don't give a shit about most things. I have my life. I have the way that I do things. And that keeps me happy and sustained. I like that there's a core group of people in my life who really fucking know me, and this majority of people who don't fucking know me at all. But like, hey, we both like Jason. What happened with this year was my personal relationships started to fucking take weird hits. And again, that energy thing, that fucking thing that, I should be reserving for myself, I wasn't. Last year, 2 people who were extremely close to me had their addictions pop up in a way that I was not ready for. Obviously, I'm not going to say any names because this is my piece. This isn't about them. But like, when you're hanging out with people like how I was, like one of my buddies in particular, like, his alcoholism really, really changed his personality, like to the fucking core. And it was beyond like, dude, you're drinking too much. It was to a point where I don't recognize this man. And that ate up a lot of the year. That ate up a lot of the fucking years. I put hands on this man. Like, I fucking fought this man more than once this year. Like, fucking, I'm not an aggressive dude like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I will put you on your ass, but at the same time, that affects me, man. Like, I don't want to fucking do that shit. And And then later in the year, I would deal with another person who was extremely close to me, who was hiding an addiction from me, who had been using heroin for years and years and years. And like, I had no fucking idea. And that drains. And that puts you in a weird place. Both of those situations are getting better, little by little, but it's not a race. No one's gonna fucking get there right away. Especially if you're just some fucking asshole who doesn't like it and shit. Like, they have to do that shit on their own. Another thing that happened this year was I was in a really emotionally taxing relationship at the beginning of this year. Again, I'm not gonna throw names out there and shit, but if you knew who I was dating, I was not exactly like behind closed doors about the person that I was with and shit. I had her on the channel and like fucking, I had introduced her to you guys and shit. And on the surface, like all things are, things were great. And honestly, behind closed doors, things were great. Like it wasn't she was a bad person, I was a bad person, this has boiled to a place where like fuck everything now. The truth of the matter was, it was just emotionally too much for me to handle. That individual had a lot going on that they hadn't sorted through quite yet. It felt unfair for me to be in a relationship with someone where, not to fucking suck my own dick, but I've done a lot of self-work on myself to get to a place where I can feel like I can handle certain situations and shit. And to go back and have to like, it's hard to say without feeling like an asshole, right? Because with your partner, you should be down to go through the hard times and shit. Ultimately, we aren't together because I was not down. I couldn't spend every day just going over things that ultimately didn't matter to me. Like I had such, not that my problems are bigger than anyone else's problems, but like to give so much to this thing that ultimately I'm like, well, if you just did A, B, and C, that wouldn't be a thing for you anymore. And then like not have that be received, or like, number one, you start to just question your worth as a partner, right? Because if your partner doesn't want to heed to your advice and shit, then why are you the fuck together? Like you're being in a relationship should be like fucking another half of your brain that comes together, and then like fucking, oh look, now I didn't see that before, but the power of our love has fucking gotten me there. It was not like that in that relationship. Again, it was a lot of sitting and listening while simultaneously a lot was going on my end, where there was this level of inexperience as well, where like the stuff that I was going through, she could not even offer the advice for me to decide not to take back on some spite shit. Even my very best friend in the world this year has been going through a situation that like I had to distance myself from and shit. Like there was so much that happened in 2022. And then on top of all of that, needing to continue to make content and feeling so isolated in the community of my own volition, it just left me at this place where like I just fucking like broke. Like what did it was doing like every episode of Chucky, which is crazy. I love Chucky, right? Like fucking everyone under the sun knows that Chucky is my number one shit. You would think I'd be fucking chomping at the bit to fucking talk about every single Chucky episode. And I got to the last episode, and if you notice, there's not a video about the season finale of Chucky. If you were following that series with me, I fucking got to a weird place. That's what it was. I got to this fucking strange place where like I felt like there was all this pressure, like that, like I have to finish this series, and like that started to make me feel like, well, I can't do it right now. I ain't got that feeling. I don't feel funny. I don't feel attractive. I don't feel this. I don't feel fucking that. And I just ultimately said, well, like, fuck it. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna do it then. I'm not gonna fucking do it. And I'm probably not gonna do it. Maybe one day, maybe later, right? Never say never, fucking Justin Bieber and shit. But like fucking, right now where I'm at, I'm probably not gonna do that video because it caused me fucking anxiety, man. Like it fucking doesn't feel good to think about having to do it, and like the pressure of like having to finish a series. I don't want to do it. I've also been like fucking slacking with my other channel with fucking like That Figures and shit with Brad. Like I edit though. I have nothing to edit for this, that now it's spilling into that, where I can't even fucking edit over there. I'm just kind of fucking spent, y'all. And like, it doesn't mean that I want to stop making videos either. Like, that's where it's like a funny, like, weird thing. Like, if you made it into like this far into this rant and shit of me just fucking, honestly, I should end this pretty soon, because this is getting this is getting a bit much. But I want to fucking make videos when I feel inspired to make a video. And if that means that I'm talking about horror, then I will make a video about horror. If that means that I want to talk about, I don't know, like fucking a rugrat, I will talk about the benefits of fucking a rugrat. I hope you know what I'm trying to say here, is that like I'm still gonna do the channel, but I am not gonna be like fucking killing myself over it. I'm gonna breathe. I want to live my life. I'm in a way healthier relationship now. And a lot of the situations that I spoke about, like, again, that's their situation. They are taking the reins on it. I can't fucking continue to do that, so I'm not. I feel like I'm getting better little by little. Also, the holidays, I am not fucking like Superman and shit. Like, that sad fucking seasonal depression shit that hits me every fucking year like a brick. Like, and maybe that's all it is. Who knows? Maybe after I put out this video, I just had this thing inside of me that's like, man, you just need to whine a little bit. And fucking I did. And then I'll come back feeling better and want to do a whole fucking thing. But right now where I'm at, I just want to fucking talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. If Kanye do something crazy, I want to talk about why Kanye's so crazy. I want to talk about why nobody seems to talk about the show Animals on fucking HBO, and it's hilarious. Which Spice Girl would I kill, and in what order, and why? I'm not just gonna kill him. I'd have reasons. The point is, going into 2023, I need a fucking change. And that is what we're going to do. I'm going to drop videos when I want to drop videos. I'm going to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And I'm sorry that like I fucking like, this is not a usual video for me, but I just fucking wanted to do it. I wanted to just not bullshit you. Like, cause that's so much bullshit. And I'm not going to fucking do that shit. So thank you for listening. And I will edit this and put this out. Go follow that figures. Go follow Dre of the Dead. And I will see you when I put out a fucking video. Peace, video creeps.